Got tactics here.
What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and we could be just a couple of days away from the next big update of Black Ops Cold War. We actually have quite a bit to get through tonight, from the release date, file size, and even an early preview of Season 2 Reloaded. Definitely stay tuned. But if you want to win a free PlayStation 5, are sick of skill-based matchmaking, and need some new teammates, then be sure to scan the QR code that you see on screen, and I'll have a video linked in the description and as a pinned comment showing you how you can enter the giveaway and even play some matches with me. But good luck to all of you out there that are entering the giveaway. Now be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because about 70% of you that watch my videos aren't subscribed. So make sure you guys are getting notifications every time I update you on Black Ops Cold War. But in the background, we have some phenomenal gameplay of a nuclear that I got over on Nuketown. I managed to use the Blue Tracer Bullfrog, and I absolutely clapped the entire lobby. I actually dropped 2 different nukes in multiplayer this past week. You'll be seeing one of those gameplays here tonight. But if you want the class setup, I'll also put that later on in this video. But starting off with the file size of the next big update, so earlier today, PlayStation Size, a pretty popular Twitter account that typically posts upcoming patch notes and file sizes for big DLC, they went ahead and posted that the mid-season 2 update for Black Ops Cold War will be around 4.6 gigabytes, and it'll be similar on other platforms as well. So this right now is just the PlayStation 5 file size, but you'll probably see, a variety of like a couple of extra megabytes on Xbox and PC, nothing drastically different. But for the remaining content on the Season 2 roadmap, we of course have the new operators, Rivas and Wolf. We saw them both in the Season 2 intro cinematic, and we have the new maps Golova for multi-team game modes such as Hardpoint and Dirty Bomb, as well as the map Mansion for Gunfight. And for new weapons, we of course have the crossbow, which many of us saw early gameplay of yesterday, and the ZRG 20mm sniper. Now Treyarch also mentioned its prop hunt is returning at some point very soon with the addition of Miami Strike, the daytime variant of the map Miami. And as I've said before too, I'm not a huge fan of that map on any mode whatsoever, but hopefully the daytime variant does improve, whether it's the layout or just being able to see enemies on the actual map. Let's see how it drastically changes the gameplay. But in regards to a release date for this mid-season update, of course I would say, it's up in the air right now, but the fact that PlayStation Size managed to find the file size of the next big update probably means the update is just around the corner. So March 25th, this upcoming Thursday, is the likely release date, because the following week after that is April the 1st, April Fool's. I don't think they'll drop a new content update on April Fool's. Sure, it's always possible, but I think if anything, we'll get a confirmation as soon as this upcoming Monday. But if the update is March 25th, then that leaves us with some other questions, right? Because April 22nd is the supposed end of the season, unless there's a delay for Season 3. So that's still quite a bit of time for a potential Reloaded update to drop at some point, maybe on April 8th or the 15th. And you know what? Considering how short Season 2 is, maybe there won't be a Reloaded update with a separate roadmap, but the quote-unquote Reloaded update could just be the big midpoint of the season this upcoming Thursday. That's kind of what we're dealing with right now, but Season 3 likely won't get delayed since things do seem under control, but you never know what's going to happen because of the pandemic. And if we don't get a Reloaded update with a separate roadmap, that's still fine, because plenty of surprises are still in store for the midpoint of the season, which could be this week. So we actually have some early gameplay of the Gunfight map Mansion, as you can see on screen, because it was taken straight out of the campaign towards one of the later missions in Cuba. Hopefully you enjoy that, but the actual location itself isn't very big, but it'll be for Gunfight, so that makes sense, right? But as I said before, I think every season should probably drop with at least 3 Gunfight maps, 3 new 6v6 maps, maybe 1 remaster towards the mid-season update. That's kind of what I would prefer. Maybe we'll start seeing that with Season 3 and beyond, but for now we haven't gotten much added to either Gunfight or 6v6. I think the midpoint of the season could drop other surprises that again haven't been announced just yet, but there are so many areas from campaign and obviously the new Warzone map coming out that it can easily rip and turn into small 6v6 or Gunfight experiences. Now there's also supposed to be something happening on April 2nd according to a PlayStation 4 message, which I covered in many previous videos now, so that could be zombies related, right? There was supposedly a zombies event happening from the release date of Firebase until April the 2nd. April the 2nd still is Season 2, and it's a Friday, so an update could work on that day as a bit of a surprise. Maybe they'll shock us and drop another zombies map on that day. Berlin would be great to see before the end of Season 2, but that doesn't happen, then I have to wait till mid-season of Season 3 after the Outbreak Easter egg before seeing the proper DLC too. But aside from the early preview and gameplay for this midpoint or Season 2 Reloaded, we also have a tweet from the man himself, Tom Henderson, which I brought up briefly in yesterday's video. Somebody went ahead and asked them, Tom, do you think there will be a remastered map coming with the Season 2 Reloaded update? Tom quoted it and said, 5 to 6 of them have been developed, so it's possible, but not entirely sure. So if a remastered map doesn't drop this week or whenever the midpoint of the season is, then there's more of a reason to believe that there will be a Reloaded massive update with a separate roadmap at some point before April the 22nd. If you're looking at what the 5 to 6 maps are that are apparently developed, then we of course have the rumor that Tom went over previously for maps like Hijacked, Standoff, Summit, Jungle, Firing Range, and possibly some others. Obviously, I would like to see some Black Ops 1 DLC multiplayer maps be brought back for Black Ops Cold War, but that'll probably be brought back in the form of new locations for the Treyarch Warzone map, which we'll be seeing at some point in Season 3. But yeah, if the maps are developed, might as well drop at least one during every midpoint of a season. I'm okay with them dropping a new roadmap right at the beginning of a season that doesn't show the remaster, right? Let's not market the remaster, let's just market new content and then surprise us with a random update during the middle of the season with that multiplayer remaster. That's what I would prefer, at least in my opinion, but let me know how you feel about that down below. We also have Golova, which we already have gameplay of thanks to the Zombies Outbreak mode, but they did mention that multi-team hardpoint is consisting of 10 teams of 4, the same amount of teams as Dirty Bomb, so I'm assuming that Golova will see Fireteam Dirty Bomb as well as maybe a later update for Season 2, and then vice versa, right? Seeing multi-team hardpoint as a mode added to the previous Fireteam maps, such as Ruka, Alpine, Sanatorium. Let's just wait and see. But I've seen a lot of questions lately asking about the Modern Warfare Season 7 content, so that consists of a character like Soap, unreleased weapons, unreleased multiplayer maps. It's been sitting there for a number of months now, so what's going on with that? Now, as I've said before, people have speculated that we might not see any of that unreleased content until Infinity Ward's next game, and sure, that's possible, but that's a long time away. I doubt that that would just be sitting there now if it wasn't going to release at some point in 2021. So my theory is that once Verdansk goes away, it'll be like a goodbye to Modern Warfare, dropping one last content update that might not be called Season 7, but one last content update with some unreleased material that would definitely help out the Modern Warfare player base. And as a way to celebrate Treyarch's new Warzone map, they'll still allow us to play as Modern Warfare operators, so dropping Soap in there could spice things up a bit. But I think another great theory going around right now is that Soap could be a pre-order bonus for Modern Warfare 3 Campaign Remastered. That'll likely drop at some point before the summer. I mean, there isn't a rumor for the release date for it, but looking at when Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered dropped last year, that could be sometime soon now when we see Modern Warfare 3. As you guys know, Sony and Activision are contractually obligated to release the Modern Warfare Remastered trilogy, and it'll have some exclusivity of some sort on PlayStation, so it'll probably drop a month early for PS4 and PS5, and Ghost was a pre-order bonus for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered last year, so Soap could be the bonus for the next remaster, considering Soap does die in Modern Warfare 3's campaign. Spoiler alert, sorry about that if you guys never played Modern Warfare 3. So that's kind of what makes sense right now. We'll just have to be patient for whatever plans they have for unreleased Modern Warfare content. But one of the surprises with the mid-season updates for Season 2 is, of course, Sanatorium getting Zombies Outbreak support. They released a GIF of what that looks like over yesterday, and that could mean that swimming in Warzone may happen, right? Because you can swim in Black Ops Cold War, whether it's Fireteam or Combined Arms, but if Sanatorium is going to be a location in the Treyarch Warzone map, then doesn't that mean that we're going to have to be able to swim in that map then? I mean, how would that work if we're still on the Modern Warfare engine and you can't swim in either Verdansk or Rebirth? So maybe once Verdansk goes away and the Treyarch Warzone map takes over, they'll be able to add in swimming and then maybe port that feature over into Rebirth as well. But there were rumors a little while ago that the dam was going to break over in Verdansk and the map would be flooded quite a bit. So I was thinking that would have been the right time for swimming to be incorporated in Verdansk. I think the script for it also exists, but apparently that was debunked at some point. I think it was last summer, where the VFX for the dam breaking was taken out of a campaign mission from Call of Duty Ghost. So that's a clear example of people misinterpreting what they found in the files of a game, thinking it's new content when really it's leftover assets from a previous Call of Duty. Now we also have two other maps which we thought were going to drop in Season 2, but still could during the mid-season update at any point. We heard about these maps, I think it was during Season 1. The first one is called Echelon, a 6v6 map, being described as a hybrid between Vertigo from Black Ops 2's DLC, as well as High Rise and Dome from the Modern Warfare games. We have images of the map from real life, since Echelon was a real-life life location during the actual Cold War. So I'm excited for this one. Should be a pretty memorable 6v6 map with a very unique environment. But we then have a map called Dunes, being described as a fire team or multi-team map set in the Ural Mountains, Russia. So I'm assuming this area will probably be in the Treyarch Warzone map, but obviously, like I said before, a map that's very easily ported into Black Ops Cold War for some of the bigger modes in this game. That could also include Combined Arms. But when we first heard about this map, it sounded like the sand dunes from Satellite maybe being expanded as a fire team experience, but no, that's of course in Africa, whereas Dunes is going to be in the Ural Mountains, Russia. Definitely looking forward to this one as well. But in regards to zombies, I think it's safe to say the next big update for that mode will be Sanatorium being added to Outbreak as soon as this upcoming week. But in regards to DLC 2 Berlin, I think a good time window for when that could drop is probably Season 3. I mean, I would like for it to be sooner, but it looks like the Outbreak Easter egg has to release first before DLC 2. It probably sets things up, as we talked about yesterday. So if DLC 2 releases at some point during Season 3, that probably leaves DLC 3 for Season 4 Reloaded, and then that could leave DLC 4, the finale, for the beginning of Season 6, which could be the final season of Black Ops Cold War's post-launch cycle. So that does sound legit. I would say that release window makes the most sense, but then we'll be left with, what, just 5 total actual zombies maps in Black Ops Cold War. But on top of that, we have plenty of other content to make up for it, right? If you guys play Onslaught, Outbreak, plenty of other maps, and even modes in the future are still coming to Black Ops Cold War. So because of the pandemic or whatever reason, I think it wouldn't be unlikely to see just 5 total zombies maps in Black Ops Cold War. We have heard new rumors as of recently that Kino will not be a part of Berlin DLC 2, which that's something I've been saying too. I mean, you know what? I wouldn't put it past them to maybe have had Kino a part of Berlin, but maybe they took that away now considering all the backlash that the community gave about remakes in future zombies maps. So I think it was definitely possible at one point too that Firebase contained some elements of Shino Numa, but they also took that away because of the community's outcry. So it's like I said, right? Take it all with a grain of salt. You never know what's going to happen, but maps could be laid out, set in stone, and then changed drastically right before release. You never know. But seeing Berlin as an original map, I think fits the continuity of what they're doing with zombies right now. You know, Die Maschine, the launch map of the game, was technically a bit of a remake featuring Nacht. It was still a different map entirely, but you guys get what I mean. So for the DLC season to have completely original maps, I have no issue with that. I think Berlin is a massive area to come up with at least one type of original zombies map that doesn't include the Theater of the Damned, but maybe the Pack-a-Punch room could still be the same room from Kino. I mean, I wouldn't be mad about that whatsoever. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the potential midpoint update for Season 2, which could have some surprises that haven't been announced yet? And do you think the Reloaded update of the season will be this week, or is that something separate that we'll see towards the middle of April? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everyone.